Morning. Florida will be front and center in the second Trump administration. President-elect Donald Trump's transition team still needs to announce some key cabinet positions, but this morning, Florida politicians are tapped to lead the State Department and the Department of Justice.
Yeah, the president-elect named Republican Senator Marco Rubio as his nominee for Secretary of State and Representative Matt Gaetz as Attorney General. Let's first look at Senator Rubio. He was once a critic of Trump, now has evolved into one of his fiercest defenders. On Capitol Hill, Rubio is the vice president of the Senate Intelligence Committee and is a member of the Senate Foreign Relations Committee. He's held his seat as senator for more than a decade.
It's a tremendous honor that the president would place his confidence in me in a position of such importance. It's also a tremendous responsibility, and the job of the Secretary of State is to execute on the foreign policy set by the elected President of the United States, and I hope to have the opportunity to do it if my current colleagues here in the U.S. Senate confirm me.
Rubio knows the process, understands the process, has the credentials to be Secretary of State. He has served in the Senate Foreign Relations Committee and on the Intelligence Committee, so he has the background necessary to go forward in this position.
Hafner says Rubio will have his hands full day one dealing with wars in both Ukraine and the Middle East and growing tension right now with China.
Yeah, as for AG this morning, Matt Gaetz has already resigned from Congress to take on the role. But during his confirmation process, Gaetz could face questions about a now closed Justice Department probe into allegations he violated sex trafficking laws and obstructed justice. Gaetz has denied all wrongdoing. The DOJ closed the case last year without bringing charges, but until his resignation just happening on Wednesday, Gaetz was at the center of a review by the bipartisan House Ethics Committee. Gaetz has represented Florida's 1st District since 2017. This morning, despite backlash on the pick, local Congresswoman Anna Paulina Luna says that Gaetz will get confirmed.
I think that Matt's very straightforward and he's very honest, and I think that there's a lot of people who have tried to smear him over the past, and I think that you'll hear those smears resurface just like you did with Justice Kavanaugh, but the fact is that the evidence will speak for itself.
Florida is going to have a strong influence in federal government. With Donald Trump being a resident of the state of Florida, Marco Rubio at Secretary of State, Matt Gaetz at Attorney General, several other appointees from Florida, his chief of staff, Susie Wilds from Florida. Florida's going to be okay in terms of having a lot of pull and a lot of say in Congress.
Hafner says who Governor Ron DeSantis picks to fill Rubio's seat will be one of his lasting legacies and could shape Florida politics for years to come. The president-elect also naming former Democratic Representative Tulsi Gabbard as the Director of National Intelligence.